Steve and I out enjoying a lovely day here around Smyrna, Georgia. And we are just cruising all by ourselves. Susan isn't with us, she's at work. So, you know, we're out having a good time, just the guys. Steve hadn't ridden up front there in quite a while. He really likes it. He's got his feet, you can't see him, but he's got his feet sticking out in front of the windshield. And he really likes that. Nice and cool. It says the air blows up his pant legs. Of course, he doesn't have pant legs, so I'm not going to go there. Anyway, I had a suggestion from one of the guys that I follow about a vlog that I should do. And I think I may have done something similar to this once before, a long time ago, but you know, it can always be done again, and it can be done better, hopefully. But my buddy is a TRX VLOGGER, and I want to say he's out in Arizona, Nevada, somewhere out there, out in the Midwest, the desert area. And he's a big four-wheeler guy. He's always rebuilding his four-wheeler. You know, his I think he might have a Honda. I'm not sure, but don't hate me if I said it wrong. You see that guy just run that stop sign? Man, he ran it big time. Anyway, but he suggested that I do a vlog on, you know, how I got started in vlogging, you know, who I first followed and what made me get interested in it. And so, you know, I think it might be time to revisit that. That'd be okay. So, I don't know how long ago it's been. I'll have to look back and see my original video. Maybe I'll post the date here of when I did my very first one, my first talkie. And it was Rockhole Road, which is a road right near my house that I always find interesting. It's kind of a fun ride. It's got a real big dip in the middle of it. And I'll show you a little bit of that vlog right here. Okay, everybody. How you doing? This is Sam. I'm going to take you on a little ride down a road that's pretty close to my house, maybe a couple of miles away. It's called Rockhole Road. Okay, well, I hope my vlogs have improved a little bit since then. I must admit I got really lucky on the sound when I first started vlogging. I don't know how I did that, but I just did, and it worked out really well for me. So and hopefully it's still working out well for me. Anyway, to get to the story, here's what happened. I was, you know, bored, sitting around watching TV, and I ended up buying a smart TV. I had bought a smart TV at some time before that, and so it had YouTube on it. And I clicked on YouTube, and I found some really great videos to watch. And I was watching, I want to say I was watching Crashes on the Tail of the Dragon, was probably what it was. And all these videos popped up by all these different guys. Well, one of them that popped up was by a guy who I don't think he's ever been to the Dragon. His name was Shawn Smoak. Still is Shawn Smoak. And he's a really great guy. He lives out in Toledo, Washington, or Toledo, Oregon. I'm not sure which. Anyway, I think it's Washington. And he rides out in there, the beautiful countryside out there, and he rides up to the volcanoes, to Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens, and all those. He rides all around. He's got some great countryside. He lives out in the country, and he's a tech. He works on spiders and BMWs and everything really that comes into a place where he works. And I really like his videos. I like the way he just talked. He just rides along and he just talks. You know, he's not preaching. He doesn't have an axe to grind. He's not mad about anything. He just likes to talk. And I enjoyed that. And I thought, well, you know, maybe that's something that I can do. Because I was just starting to really ride this motorcycle a whole lot. I hadn't had it all that long, and I thought, you know, that might be something to do for these rides when like now when I'm out by myself. Well, I got Steve with me, but he doesn't talk much. But, you know, just something to do other than just ride. And so from him, I got interested in some other vloggers. XXXDEADHEAD, it's a guy out in California, right? He rides the coast every now and then. He and Shawn have gotten together for some epic rides. Robert Ash is a friend of mine in England who used to ride and vlog a lot. He used to do a lot of vlogs where he would just ride to the mailbox. and ride back, and I always thought those were so entertaining. Rob doesn't put any more on the internet right now, but he was one of the guys that got me started, helped me out a lot, gave me some good advice. One guy that you may never have heard of, he goes by the name of Green Apples K, and he's a young guy. He's a young guy with a family. He's got 2 kids. When I first discovered him, he was I think he may have subbed me, and but I subbed him back, and I started looking at his videos, and he had bought an old cruiser, not quite as big as this one, but he bought an old cruiser, and he would just go out and ride around and talk, and showed me the scenery in his part of the world, and I really enjoyed that. I just kind of thought, that was really nice. I enjoyed watching him. I think you would too. Some of the guys over in England again, Hepcat Harley, my adopted son. I watched some of his stuff, and he's got an alter ego who is Lord Hepcat, and his wife gets involved in it. She's Lady Hepcat, and she dual vlogs with him every now and then, and I think that's kind of hilarious, and I'll watch that. I wish I could get Susan to dual vlog with me, but she's just not ready yet. Also out there, Skeggy Cruiser, he's got the coolest intro in the world. He's got one of the skull face masks on, and he does a thing where he points his finger and there's a gunshot. I think that's really cool. Wish I could do something like that, but if I did, it would be stealing it. So, and the last guy I'll mention for right now, Arizona RE. It's a guy out in Arizona, of course, and he's a really cool guy. He's got a Royal Enfield 500, and I started watching him. That was what he was riding. An old, it's a new bike, but it's an old design, and I thought that was really cool, him riding around on that. He has great sound quality. I think he's got the best sound quality, really, of I think anybody on the internet right now. It's certainly worth studying. If he's not at the best, he's one of the many best. And I've tried to emulate him in terms of that, and I've talked to him some, and he's had some other bikes. I think he had a Honda 700 that he got that he did some adventures on, made some trips. I'm not sure what he's riding right this second. I know he still rides the Enfield, but I'll have to check back in with him and see what he's up to. I don't get a chance to watch as many videos as I used to. It's what happens. You get a lot of people you sub, and then all of a sudden, every day you get up and you've got 50 or 60 videos to watch. And even though I'm retired, I can't spend, what would probably be about a day's worth of viewing, just to try to catch everybody's videos. But I do try to. I try to get alternate and get some one and some the next. But anyway, that was how I started. I was very, very lucky. I know everybody goes GoPro. I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit, what is it? I'm a little country. I'm a little rock and roll. I'm always contrary. If somebody goes left, I go right. I don't know why that is. It's just my nature. But I ended up buying the Drift Ghost, the HD Ghost camera and the remote, and it couldn't be simpler. I don't know how many videos I've shot, well over 500, because most of them you don't see, and I have had one problem with the camera. I had one video that didn't record, and I don't know why. It could have been me, messing up, I don't know. But I did have to buy a replacement remote. I had one remote that crapped out on me and wouldn't link up to the camera. I still have it. I just went and bought another one. Maybe someday I'll figure out what I'm doing wrong and I'll have a spare. But anyway, thanks TRX VLOGGER for making this suggestion. I will try to put everybody's YouTube links in the description, and I hope everybody gets a chance to get out and enjoy a beautiful day like Steve and I are. We didn't really have a great place to ride to, but we just thought we'd just get out and ride, so that's what we've been doing. So everybody, if you can, get out and have a great time, and we'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.